Shalom everyone, I'm going to continue this fantastic series, friends, of the daily page of Daf Yomi, just to finish Shacharit prayers over here on page 73, here in Masechet Zevachim. Fantastic progress over here, just outside an American-style synagogue over here in the city of Bet Shemesh. And thank God, friends, we've had an abundance of wintry showers last night. It was thundering in the middle of the night, thank God, lightning, and the buckets and buckets of waters, and that's what we very much need. This country does at the moment. We need abundance, and just abundance of pure water, rain, and showers respectively over here. But friends, what we're talking about today over here, we're continuing here, we're actually on page number 73, which is absolutely phenomenal, friends. And you know, as we're carrying on every single day and making great strides at the moment. So what we're talking about today, we are speaking about a really interesting topic, pretty much continuing where we left off on yesterday's page inside the Gemara. Because remember, yesterday we've been talking about sacrifices and Zevachim in the previous pages here. Over the last few weeks, different kinds of korbanot that are bring different kinds, and how it's brought inside the Bet Mikdash. But as we've been talking more about Taruvot territory over the last few days, within regards to mixtures, forbidden mixtures coming into permissible mixtures. But on yesterday's page, there was a rule that when permitted and forbidden items become, at that stage in time, mixed together at Taruvot, the forbidden items can become nullified, batel. It doesn't always apply though in some cases. Sometimes we say by the majority or by 60, but sometimes even by 60 is not enough. It's not going to be sufficient. Now, when items retain their unique independent status, it becomes much more difficult to view them as becoming batel, something that's nullified. Now, there's another situation we can learn about at today's page that might cause, let's say, items to be viewed as unique and preclude nullification in the ordinary manner. This is when the items are a davar she b'minyan. This is another term we've spoken about before. I think we mentioned this in Masechet Zevachim. When they are things that are counted and sold by number rather than by weight. So it's got this different kind of algorithm, let's just say, in of itself. The example given by the Gemara today are something called kitziyot. What are kitziyot, friends? It's called dried figs that were originally terumah. They were tithes that were pressed together in a mold with other such figs. We've spoken about this before on various occasions before, and we cannot tell which ones are the kitziyot of teruma over here. Now, according to Rabbi Yehuda's interpretation of Rabbi Yoshua's, where he speaks about ruling such figs will not become nullified, since the kitziyot are sold over here at this point in time as individual loaves. If, however, the figs of teruma were included in a mold together, let's just say, with other figs, then they will, at that stage in time, become batel, since they are part of the mixture over here. So you can see it's not all about you need 60 or so on and so forth. Sometimes it can be, you need a specific extra number of figure over here, which is very interesting. Now, the Gemara is actually going to go on. Now, the way that figs and indeed other fruits as well were preserved in the time of the Mishnah and in the Gemara time was by means of drying them out. Dried figs were known as something called kitziyot, as obviously is explained inside this page of the Gemara. After removing the stems and drying the figs in the sun, it was common practice to press them together into loaves inside the barrels or other round receptacles, and the round loaves were called something called develim. Many people that learned Gemara would know this terminology. The round loaves of igulei develah were usually large enough that it was difficult for an individual to lift it on his own. Now, according, I think, to most of the commentaries, the case in this page of the Talmud is one where a single round loaf of teruma figs was placed in the top of the receptacle, where it remained as a single unit and did not get mixed with the other figs over it. So it wasn't the teruvot over there. Since these loaves are sold by number, Rabbi Yeshua rules that they cannot become nullified, batel, and we must treat all of the igulei develah as possibly being teruma. Very interesting page, various different great insights. Once again, taken from Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz. Remember, thank God, we've got showers and showers over the last, I think it must be like at least 8 hours now. It was in the middle of the night, we had the thunder. And oh boy, this country needs it. We didn't get much, and we're already in the month of Kislev. I was actually learning with my son the various different laws in Masechet Tractate Tanit within regards to to, if there's very little rain, do you have to fast or not? Like it talks about it all inside the Mishnah, which is very, very interesting. And nothing like coming out of Shachrit. Also, prayers we've been praying Mashiv Haruach Umori Nageshem every single day, friends, over here. And thank God we've got it in abundance at the moment. So nothing like that. And it's actually a good feeling to drive in the rain. I'll be honest with you, it's maybe I've just driven in the rain. I've got this car about a year ago, so it was probably only about 10 times, maybe a dozen times. So it's definitely not enough rain over here, but very nice, interesting things. I think, I'm going to get back home and have a few dried figs actually to treat myself, because we've been speaking about this topic over here. Watch your space tonight as we're going to progress and do more pages. I think we're going to be on page 74 tonight. We can do another tidbit, another special over here. But enjoy the rain, friends. Anyone in Israel, let's just hope we're showered with abundance wherever we are all across the world. And try and take extra things on for Am Yisrael, for goodness of the world, and so on and so forth. So I think on that note, wishing you all a fantastic day. Take care, and your Boker Tov. We say Boker Tov means good morning to everyone over here. So wishing you well, and just recording this here from the city of Beit Shemesh in Israel. Thanks.